now, Steve-O, for a guy who's made a really good living inflicting pain on himself on the long-running Jackass television show and all the hit movies that has spawned, Steve-O actually does some pretty clever, intelligent stand-up comedy, so I've been told. And he will be doing that at the Parlor Live this weekend. Steve has discovered the benefits of a clean and sober lifestyle. His run-ins with the law have become a bit of a thing of the past, but the stunts and clever humor remain part of his act. You can find out firsthand this weekend at the Parlor Live in Bellevue. For tickets to a performance tonight or tomorrow, link to parlorlive.com at bobrivers.com. Steve-O, welcome back to Seattle and 95.7 KJR. You bet, man. Let me make sure I got you right.
Got the wrong mic
here.
on there, Joe.
I got me. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Cool. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Right.
You're in my seat. I'm in Bob's seat. Bob's off today, and it's a bummer because he was really looking forward to talking to you, as are we. And it's great to have you back in town. You've been making regular stops in Seattle lately.
I have. Well, I'm thinking, I honestly can't remember the last time I was here. It all kind of blends together. But Seattle's always been good to me, man. I really do love it.
What you started? I know you started as a circus guy, right? Before you got into TV.
Well, I mean, I suppose I started as a skateboarder and not a very good one, and
You found a high tolerance for pain.
I found that the videos I made were more interesting when I fell down, and I decided I wanted to be a stuntman. But when I dropped out of college, and that was my plan to become a stuntman. And I was just sort of homeless for a few years, and then I went to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College, which was pretty exciting. And I only went there just to further my goal of becoming a stuntman. I figured if I was a trained circus professional, people would take me seriously as a stunt guy. And probably the only guy who went to clown college seeking to legitimize himself.
Was that in Florida?
It was in Sarasota, yeah.
Sarasota, there's a Ringling section of Sarasota, I guess.
Oh, dude, my folks moved there by accident. It's
there's
Lutz.
There's serious circus stuff going on in Sarasota.
Clown College, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Clown College was statistically harder to get into than Harvard. I know. It was super,
less opportunities, more people trying to get in, that kind of thing?
Yeah,
less openings?
I think Harvard accepts 6% of people who apply, and Clown College accepted less than that. And so I was so excited and proud, and I was going to Clown College while my cousin was going to mortician school, and our mothers were intensely debating whose son was a bigger loser.
What's the criteria for Clown College and the initiation? Is it like, okay, you see that little car, get in?
It's not.
Everybody can get in, gets in the school.
Right.
What it was, it was. I mean, there was an audition process, and I mean, everywhere that the circus goes, and the circus is always in two different cities at the same time because there's two units.
There's the red and the blue, right?
Correct. Yeah. And so there's 100 different cities that the circus went to. At least I don't even know anymore. But each one of those cities they held auditions, and the auditions were really just a function of weeding out people who were inhibited. They had exercises like, okay, there's an imaginary line down the middle of your body, and the left side of your body is a wild baboon throwing a temper tantrum, and the right side of your body is a lazy cow grazing in a field. And so show us that. There's no way to do that. But they just wanted to see people let it all loose.
I could nail the lazy cow grazing in the field. I
don't
know about the wild baboon part. What do your parents say when you call and say, I'm dropping out of school, but the good news is there's another college.
I got into college.
Yeah.
Right. My dad was slow to come around. Dad did not make it to my clown college graduation, but Mom did. And in Dad's defense, he did ultimately come around, and long before I ever had any kind of success, I had never made a dime doing what I do. When Dad came to me and he said, son, I feel I've done a major disservice to you by not supporting you in this career path that you've clearly committed yourself to. He said, it's not what I would have chosen for you, but I want you to know I pledge my support to you. My dad's always been a successful businessman.
Right.
What would he have wanted for you?
He would have wanted me to graduate university and get like a stable job, or whatever. And But what was interesting was that shortly after that conversation where Dad pledged his support, which was really meaningful, and like I said, I hadn't had any success. And then the next time I saw a commercial for that show, Real TV, I said, if you got any video footage that we might want to see, and I called him, I said, I've got footage you need badly. And then when they got back to me and they saw the tape and they wanted to pay me nothing and take all the rights to my video, and I called Dad, I said, Dad, and Dad, I told him, he said, calm down, figure out at which point it's a deal breaker, draw your line in the sand and stick to it. And we kind of did it together.
Wow.
And so Dad's been part of the team ever since. It's
So he takes care of some of the financial aspects for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I should say that he's a voice on the team.
Now I know,
and the entertainment industry is outside of his sort of his area of expertise, and it's been kind of a learning curve over the years. But it's just interesting because what initially drove us so far apart, it really was like when I dropped out of college, I'm going to become a stuntman. Like that was not okay.
Right.
Your dead to me moment, kind of Fredo moment, yeah.
Right. And what initially really, drove us apart wound up bringing us together in a meaningful way. And so it's just really great. And as far as like as my family, do they support me? And they were really long since resigned to the fact that this is what I was going to do. I mean, I was going to do this either way. The question is just whether I was going to have any success or not. And so, given that I was going to do it either way, I think they're happy to see that things worked out.
And however, professional idiot, like you call yourself a lot of these things or whatever. But you, throughout your travails, you've seen the whole world.
Oh, you bet. You bet.
I mean, you have had a lot of experiences with animals.
Sure.
But
He's thrown up on places people have only dreamed of seeing.
Truly.
Seriously.
I mean, I know it's a big joke, but like you have done a lot of traveling and meeting of people that no regular person ever would have.
You bet. I mean, my first when it all first fired up, I remember getting my passport because as a clown, I got hired to be an entertainer on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. So I was a professional clown on cruise ships, and that was in 1999. So a passport lasts 10 years. I got this passport, 24 pages, filled up the whole thing with stamps and visas.
Wow.
At which point, when it's filled, you bring it in and they add in 24 more pages.
Give you some more.
Right.
More.
They give you 24 more pages. So I got the extra pages. I filled them up with stamps and visas. Then I went and got another set. So by the time I got done, this passport looked like it looked like a thick sandwich. It was really cool, man, because the visas make the pages a lot thicker.
When you're somewhere in Bahrain or wherever, do they recognize you, Steve?
Oh yeah, I was in Borneo on some remote island in Indonesia, and we were filming with an indigenous tribe doing some fire dance thing. It was really and we are. This guy didn't even really speak English. He pointed to my arm. He said, "Afrududu." Because he's pointing at my off-road tattoo. Afrududu.
You are the only white man they've ever seen, and it's you. You're the one they're going to remember.
I remember that being a real moment where I thought, "Wow, I can't hide in Borneo." And it was great because I've just always been such an attention whore. I don't want to hide anywhere.
Do you, and you do a lot, crazy things to get attention, a lot of them that look somewhat painful. Do you have like a rate card these days? Like, okay, this much per staple that you charge? Or?
I don't, but it's so interesting because the first season Jackass, and here I was talking about how Dad and I this is going to sound wildly different. The pay rate for the first season of Jackass, there were two modes of it. One was if it was a really like dangerous stunt where life and limb was on the line, it was $500. And then if it was like a comedy thing where it wasn't really perilous, then $200. And so I filmed the whole first season in 5 days. And at the end of the 5 days, I wrote down, not even really to like write down what I was owed, more to make sure that, because the cameras were rolling so much, make sure this makes it, and sort of itemizing what I wanted to see on.
And he owed you $40,000.
No, but the first thing I wrote down was goldfish. That was the first thing I did, where I swallowed this big goldfish and then I vomited it up into a bowl. And I remember like writing down goldfish, and I thought, well, I'm out. I might as well write what I'm owed. I wrote down goldfish, and then I thought to myself, yeah, that was funny. You know, and I had too much pride to charge $500 for the
not really
goldfish.
dangerous.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
Dangerous for the goldfish.
it's so dangerous because you could. I mean, it was a sizable goldfish. I could have choked on it. It could have gone down backwards somehow, and you know,
fought its way back down your windpipe.
I
yeah.
mean, I could. Like,
You don't know where that goldfish has been. You could have salmonella. I mean, any kind of stuff.
Right.
Jackass in his 40s is worried about salmonella. Eating a salad is very perilous.
Sure.
And Jackass in his 20s will do anything.
And I mean, it's just so hilarious because like more than I mean, it was so dangerous to swallow the goldfish. I mean, potentially very dangerous. But it was more important to me to be perceived as the gnarly, crazy guy that just didn't even think that was a big deal. Just like, oh yeah, that was kind of funny. It was all about my pride. Like, so I wrote down 200.
Yeah.
And of course, like it proved to be such an iconic thing. I mean, I guess it's kind of douchey for me to say that, but all these years later, you know, I mean, I hear that new shows come out on cable TV, and our old Jackass reruns still get better, better ratings than a lot of these new shows that come out, you know.
And now that those are still running, you're still getting more, every time that goldfish gets puked up, you're getting something. No.
Oh no!
One time.
I got $200.
They've made millions on that footage.
Right.
Millions.
And, I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. But
their passport's not overflown like yours is.
That's
you
true.
got the win, buddy.
Right, and I'm not complaining at all, man. It's been such an incredible journey, and like I said, I'm just an attention whore through and through.
And you'll be an attention whore in Bellevue tonight at the Parlor Live and tomorrow night. If you want to go see Steve-O, parlorlive.com is the place to get tickets. We'll put a link to bobrivers.com. If people come out to see the show and they haven't seen it, I know you do some stand-up, but they want to see stunts. You still do stunts, right?
I still do some stuff at the end of the show. Like there's one trick I learned in clown college that it's the most incredible bar trick of all time. And if you come see it, you can learn how to drink for free forever.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
That's worth the price of admission.
Oh, it's great. And
Easily.
I mean, I love it too. I mean, like I really just love it so much. And I mean, I've been doing this stand-up. I started 8 years ago. And now it's been 3.5 years. I've been consistently touring, and for anybody who came to see me here in Seattle, Kirkland, or Tacoma, before, the way that this show has evolved and improved, it's really something else. And I've been through, I don't want to say through, I've had some developments in my personal life that have been really, really. I'm in the process of trying to grow up, and there's a lot of inner conflict around that, and it's I'm just like that's the nature of my comedy is it's I would say shameless, rigorously honest, and
there's nudity.
there's a little bit of nudity.
Self-inflicted or audience participation?
I've got this one trick.
All right.
I see nudity.
I guess you do drink for free. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good time, and I always, no matter what, after the show, I stick around and take photos with everybody that wants a photo.
Right on.
Cool.
And all that. So it's kind of I have a little after party at every show.
Steve-O, this weekend at the very upscale Parlor Live in Bellevue. It's
See it in its first natural state before Steve-O has his way with the
place. It's a swanky joint you're in this weekend,
Right
Steve-O.
now
It's always a pleasure when you stop by.
Oh, man, so great to be here, and thank you guys so much.
Thank you for coming in. We'll be right back with some more news from Jody, and I want to tell you about